20 tips for each role in Red Dead Online, so 100 tips in total. Bounty Hunter first. Don't kill your bounty targets, deliver them alive. This way you will earn twice more money and experience, but keep in mind that amount of gold will be exactly the same. Buy reinforced lasso, because when you will use it, it will take much more time for NPCs to untie themselves. And also it's much more powerful than regular lasso in PvP, so against other players. In some bounty missions you have to hide and wait until the main target will arrive. And here you can do a pretty cool trick. Drink a Deadeye tonic and mark all enemies' heads with painted black, and then kill them all at once, except for the target. Remember, we need to keep them alive. And by the way, bounty targets will almost never run away if you will knock them out. So after tying up the bounty, stay close to them, hold lasso in your hands and press fire button to kick them. Keep kicking them until you will see this message and they will knock out. After that, stop, because you might kill them. By the way, sheriffs will talk to you as if you are delivering a dead target, but don't worry, you will receive a payout for delivering bounty target alive. And speaking about payouts, amount of money, gold and experience that you earn for bounty hunter missions depends on the time that you've spent in this mission. More time spent, more money, gold and experience you will receive. Actually, most activities in Red Dead Online have this weird payout structure. In some missions you will see a timer, in some it will be invisible, but still timer starts right after cutscene or loading screen when you get control over your character. Maximum payout you will receive for spending exactly 30 minutes in a mission, but I suggest you to deliver targets in 9 or, which is even better, 12 minutes. This way you will earn maximum amount of money and gold per each minute spent in a mission. Bounty targets cannot untie themselves and run away if you will drop them right at the entrance to the police station or sheriff's office. But be careful, if you are in a public lobby, other players might decide to kill them. After reaching level 10 in a bounty hunter role, buy bolas at fence. It's an extremely useful tool for capturing bounty targets, because you can use bolas with painted black. Also, bolas can be useful in PvP. For example, you can counter Slippery Bastard, the ability card, with them. Focus on legendary bounty missions, because for completing them you will receive much more money and experience than for regular missions, especially after you will unlock the maximum difficulty. And yes, sometimes these missions might be challenging for beginners, but there are easy legendary bounties as well, for example Etta Doyle. In the description you will find a link to a guide for this legendary bounty mission. Anyway, legendary bounty missions are really good, but they have one big problem: 48 minutes of unskippable cooldown. And yes, while waiting for cooldown to be over, you might grind regular bounty missions, but better follow the next tip. Buy prestigious bounty hunter license as soon as possible. It makes regular bounty hunter role so much better, because it not only adds 10 more levels to a bounty hunter role and 3 pretty good legendary bounty missions, but also infamous bounties, 3-part bounty missions that are much more interesting and have higher payouts than regular bounty missions. By the way, it's not necessary to deliver bounty targets to the exact location that game tells you to. You can actually deliver them to any sheriff's office or police station you want. So if you plan to travel to some city anyway, just do it while delivering a bounty target, because remember, we are getting paid for the time spent. If you need to deliver 2 bounty targets at once, place one on your horse, then steal a horse from some NPC, place second bounty on that horse, get on that horse and ride to the sheriff's station, but don't forget to call your horse so it will follow you. But if you need to deliver more than 2 bounty targets, it will be a good choice to purchase Bounty Hunter's Wagon. You can place multiple bounty targets there and deliver them all at once. Next tip will be useful when you want to receive the maximum payout and therefore are planning to go AFK, for example during the Etta Doyle mission. Put target in a Bounty Hunter's Wagon and then open Cathlock, because you can stay AFK only for 15 minutes and then game will drop you, but when you have Cathlock open it will not happen. While completing Bounty Hunter's mission, loot all the enemies, especially bounty target itself. It's because you are still getting paid for the time spent, but which is even more important, quite often you will find valuable items, like tonics, collectible items or even treasure maps. Before starting any bounty mission, especially legendary bounty mission, buy tonics, craft some food and clean your weapons. Dirty weapons perform much worse and you cannot clean them while you are in a legendary bounty mission. Some daily challenges for a bounty hunter role, like take down bounties with bolas or hog tie them with reinforced reinforced lasso can actually be completed on the same exact bounty target. So you can, for example, hog tie a target with reinforced lasso, then unite it, and then hog tie it again and complete daily challenge this way. If you have some ability cards that you want to level up, equip them right before delivering bounty target. Because for completing the mission, especially legendary bounty, you will receive a lot of experience and it will help you to level up ability cards. Buy tracking arrow pamphlet at fence and craft some tracking arrows. It's not necessary for capturing bounty targets, but quite often there will be a daily challenge to use tracking arrow, and basically it's an easy gold. To duck on your horse while mounted, hold aim button. You can actually aim without holding a weapon, and then press jump button. This trick might be useful in both PvP and PvE, but also it looks cool. After reaching level 30 in a bounty hunter's role, don't forget that there will be an award that you can reset infinite amount of times, and each time for resetting it you will receive $100 and half of a gold bar. To complete this award you need to earn 10,000 experience points in a bounty hunter role. I suggest you to pin it so you could easily check the progress. Do weapon tricks to look cool and let everybody know that you are a bounty hunter. To do so, with your guns out, quickly tap twice this button, depending on your platform, and then also quickly hold this button. And you will see gun spinning tricks menu here. And now 20 tips for a trader role. If other players will attack you when you're making a trader role delivery and will destroy or steal your wagon, or if you will break your wagon because of some other reason, simply open menu, choose online and switch lobby. If you will do it fast, you will not lose your goods and will be able to make another delivery. Also, quite often during trader delivery, you will get attacked by NPCs who will be chasing your trader wagon. Kill most of them, but keep one alive. Tie him up, place on your horse and continue your delivery. Don't forget to call your horse time to time so it will follow the wagon as well. Anyway, no other NPCs will spawn while this NPC is alive. Don't think that your distant delivery is safe just because there are not too many other players around. It's because every single player in Valentine can see any long distance delivery on the map, and Valentine is always full of griefers. Actually, the only way to make safe distant deliveries is to make them in a private lobby. Unfortunately, Rockstar decided not to give us official private lobbies in Red Dead Online, but there are different methods on different platforms, and here is one method of creating a temporary private lobby that works on all the platforms. Go to your camp and rest at the campfire for like 10 to 15 seconds. You can also craft some food. Then open left menu, choose online options and then choose change appearance. Don't worry if you will see the price of 10 gold bars, you're not gonna pay anything. Spend another 10 seconds in the change appearance menu, don't change anything obviously, and then just quit to a free roam. Now you will find yourself in a solo lobby, but it's a temporary thing. In a few minutes you will go back to a normal public lobby. So to avoid it, quickly run to creeps and start long distance delivery. Because when you're making a trader delivery, you will not leave this solo lobby and other players will not join you. To make maximum amount of money from trader role, you need to reach level 10 and buy large delivery wagon. Unfortunately, you cannot do it without purchasing medium delivery wagon on a level 5 in a trader role. When you're using a delivery wagon or hunting wagon or actually any other wagon in Red Dead Online, you can use an autopilot. Just mark the place where you need to go on the map. When you're making a delivery, game places a mark for you, but still it's better to do it manually as well. Then, while you are in a wagon, aim and press acceleration button. As long as you will keep aiming, your wagon will move by itself. Donate large animal carcasses to creeps to receive a lot of materials, preferably cougars or deer, but the most importantly it should be perfect carcasses, so 3-star quality. Not only because higher quality equals more materials, but also because there is a perk for trader role that grants 25% more materials for a perfect carcasses. If you're looking for the fastest local deliveries, place your camp right here in Gaptooth Reach, and half of your deliveries will look like this. Actually, other camp spots in Gaptooth Reach are also good for fast local deliveries, but this one is by far the best. Buy stew pot for your camp as soon as possible. It will be useful not only for trader role daily challenges, but also you will be able to make a special stew in it, which fortifies all your statuses at once. Do resupply missions only when you're leveling up, because they grant you some good amount of experience, but after reaching level 10 in a trader role, always order the supplies, but instead of waiting for 10 minutes until they will be delivered, simply open menu, choose online, camp and switch lobby. When you will appear in a new lobby, you will see that supplies were already delivered and you also received 10 materials. Do not combine your trader role grind with legendary bounty missions or blood money opportunity missions, because when you're doing such missions, your trader role production stops. And creeps will not be making any goods until you will complete such mission and return to a normal lobby. Hunt small animals like squirrels and dogs when you see them and place them in your bag, because quite often there will be a daily challenge to donate 20 animal carcasses to creeps within 10 minutes, and it's super easy to complete this daily challenge if you already have a lot of small animal carcasses in your bag. When you have a large delivery wagon, make delivery only when you have 100 goods and the wagon is full. This way you will earn more money, because there is a big difference between selling 99 goods and 100 goods. On the other hand, when you leveling up a trader role and only have a small wagon, try to make deliveries as soon as possible, even if there are only 1 or 2 goods in your wagon. It's because you receive the same amount of experience for delivering almost empty wagon or a full wagon. Join Trader Route free roam event when you receive an invitation. It's a fun PvE event with a lot of shooting, and you will earn not only gold, money and experience for completing it, but also goods for a trader role production. If you want to deliver 3 large animal carcasses at once, place 1 carcass on your horse, 2nd carcass on a horse that is stolen from NPC, or which is even better, on a wild horse that you tamed. Then get on this horse and lasso the 3rd carcass, then just ride to your camp. Also, you can deliver multiple animal carcasses with help of hunting wagon that can be bought via Cathlock or at stables, but it's pretty slow and clumsy, so most players use it as a wallet to store animal carcasses and pelts, including legendary animals, when they already have full materials. Do not lower your camp flag for no reason. And not only because other players will be able to attack you while you are at your camp, but also because there is a random encounter where NPCs are attacking your camp and trying to steal your goods. It almost never happens in public lobbies, but still. And by the way, your dog will warn you if such event will begin. When you have a daily challenge to donate perfect carcasses to creeps, for some reason you can donate large animal carcasses of any quality and it will count. There is another way to activate autopilot. Place a mark on a map, then enter cinematic mode by holding a special button, and then press acceleration button few times, and you have to be on the road obviously. And your wagon will start moving, and will be moving as long as you will stay in a cinematic mode. And now 20 tips for the Naturalist role. The first tip: don't buy the Naturalist role. Okay, the actual tip is, don't buy the Naturalist role before purchasing all the other roles in Red Dead Online. This role is for high levels, it's more about spending money than earning money. For example, you can buy different garment sets from Gus, but at first you will see only few garment sets available. To unlock any garment sets, including these two, you need to first hunt down a legendary animal, take its pelt, then sell it to Gus, and only then buy a garment set from him. Use Red Dead Online's interactive map to see a location of any legendary animal, link will be in the description. You can also see some additional information about each legendary animal. The most important one is preferable spawning time, like when you should be looking for this animal. By the way, you mostly level up Naturalist role not by taking samples from animals, but by selling these samples to Harriet. There is still a visual bug that don't show you any experience you earn for selling samples, but don't worry, you receive this experience. Buy a few blending tonics from Harriet, because quite often there will be a daily challenge to drink or use a blending tonic, and it's easy gold. And also an easy experience for a Naturalist role that will help you to level up. And by the way, the next tip: try to reach level 5 in a Naturalist role as soon as possible, because it will unlock some really useful purchases for you and also legendary animal missions. To level up fast, you might focus on taking samples from farmland animals at Emerald Ranch or alligators at La Gras, and then selling samples to Harriet nearby. And if you want to level up even faster, buy animal revivers from Harriet, and after taking samples, revive animals to receive a little bit of additional experience. Next tip will help you against dangerous legendary animals like panthers or bears. Activate slow and steady Deadeye ability card while mounted, and your horse will not throw you off, but you need to activate Deadeye before animal will attack attack you. Sedative ammo that you can purchase from Harriet not only puts animals to sleep, but also kills bigger birds with one shot without ruining the carcass quality. Even after you will make enough shots to sedate an animal, it will still be running away. Use lasso to not let it run too far and, for example, get in the water. Sometimes you will not find the animals where they should be. For example, there are no cows here for some reason. To fix it, you might try a simple trick. Move a little bit from that area. For example, I will go to this barn, then look in the opposite direction of where the animals should be, then turn around, and for some reason most of the time animals will appear, unless there are some other players nearby. Don't waste your gold on animal transformation pamphlets that you can purchase from Harriet. In theory it sounds cool, you can turn into an animal, but for a long time now in most public lobbies animal transformation just don't work. It will turn you into an animal only for a few seconds and then you will return to a normal form. But even when it works, you can stay in an animal form for only 5 minutes and only inside of a pretty small area. One of the perks that you receive for leveling up a Naturalist role allows you to make a mercy kill on wounded animals. And it's pretty useful because mercy kill will not ruin animals' carcass and pelt quality. Taking legendary animal missions from Harriet and instead of sedating animals and taking their samples, killing them is a great way to get materials for your trader role production. Because for pelts and carcasses of legendary animals from missions you receive much more materials than from regular animals or from legendary animals that you find in a free roam. Keep in mind that with legendary animals you actually receive a little less materials that is shown here, but still a lot. By the way, to kill any legendary animal pretty fast I suggest you to use a combination of a shotgun, painted black Deadeye ability card and winning streak ability card. It deals enormous amount of damage but only on a shorter distances like 12 steps or closer. Buy wilderness camp as soon as possible from Harriet. It will allow you to make a small camp almost everywhere and craft your food and tonics. And which is even more important, after purchasing wilderness travel skill page at Fence, you will be able to use fast travel at your wilderness camp. And by the way, fast traveling from your wilderness camp to your regular camp will always cost you only $1. Open menu, choose progress, then roles, naturalist and click on animal field guide. Here you will see different collections of animal stamps and that's the only way how you can make money from naturalist role. Because for selling samples you receive only small amount of money, but you also receive a stamp each time you sell a sample. And after collecting all stamps in a collection you can trade it in and receive some good amount of money and experience. By the way, mountain and grassland habitats is by far the easiest collection. Payout is also pretty good. And again, to find any specific animal, use Red Dead Online's interactive map. And now 20 tips for the Moonshiner role. Choose Bayou Noir as your Moonshine Shack location when you will be buying a role. It has on average the shortest deliveries and good roads. But there is another benefit of the specific Moonshine Shack location. You see, in Red Dead Online you can fast travel to Moonshine Shack, but not from it. However, in Bayou Noir, after setting up your Moonshine Shack production, you can open left menu, choose online options and choose respawn, and you will respawn right next to the Lagra fast travel post. Buy canned and fresh fruits from Keflag so later you can use them to add flavor to your moonshine. But be careful with the 3-star flavor. It brings you the most amount of money, but if the time before the buyers will reset is lower than the time required to make the moonshine, there is a pretty high chance that when the moonshine will be ready, there will be no buyer for this 3-star flavor anymore, and you will have to deliver it to Bert Higgins and sell it for cheap. Drive carefully, you don't want to break any bottles, and by the way, it's not like with a trader delivery. If your wagon will get destroyed, you will not be able to just switch the lobby and deliver again. Sometimes agents will tell you to go to this yellow area for inspection, but don't do it. Yes, sometimes they will just let you go, but sometimes they will attack you, and if it will happen, there are high chances that they will hit wagon and break some moonshine. By the way, sometimes they can even use dynamite. Anyway, instead of going for inspection, just immediately stop your wagon, get on the ground, move a little bit from your wagon and start killing them from a distance. If you will kill all the agents and continue delivery, there will be reinforcements that will follow you, and that's why we need our next tip. Don't kill all the agents, keep one alive, tie him up, place on your horse and just continue your moonshine delivery. Similar to the trader delivery, if you will do so, there will be no no additional NPCs chasing you. To level up Moonshiner role faster, complete bootlegger missions that you can take from Maggie. You will not only receive a role experience, but also will decrease a much price for your next Moonshine production. By the way, after killing revenue agents in a mission or during delivery, don't forget to loot them, because revenue agents have increased chance of dropping collectible alcohol. Buy bar and musicians for your bar as soon as you can, because it's an easy way to make daily challenges, plus you can invite your friends and hang out there. By the way, many players don't know it, but you can invite any player in your lobby to your bar. It's right here near the bar entrance, just use it and invite any player. Or you can simply do it through a menu. Just like in any other bar, you can find some free snack at your bar, and also you can drink your own moonshine. It will be useful because moonshine will fortify your health bar. But remember, do not drink moonshine before making a delivery. Revenue agents will smell it, literally, and you will have much more problems with them. If you already watched the cutscene with Maggie but didn't buy a moonshine roll, then you still can buy it at any time. Just open left menu, go to camps and properties, moonshine shack, choose shack location, pay gold, and you will buy a moonshine roll this way. Also, at any point you can change location of your moonshine business, but this time you will have to pay money instead of gold. Complete Moonshiner roll story as soon as possible. It has only 5 missions, but it's a pretty interesting story, plus you will earn gold, money and roll experience. After purchasing Moonshiner roll, watch out for this random encounter in a free roam. It will be marked on a map just like other random encounters, and when you will get close you will see Moonshiners. Kill them all, find such chest, loot it, and you will find Poison Poppy's moonshine receipt. Buy both business upgrades for your moonshine production as soon as possible. It will allow you to create average and then strong moonshine. They take longer to produce, but selling price is much higher. On the other hand, when leveling up a moonshiner roll, consider focusing on a weak moonshine, because it takes less time to produce, and yes, you will earn less money, but will receive some good amount of roll experience. Just like with the trader roll delivery, you can use autopilot when delivering your moonshine. Simply keep aiming and your moonshine wagon will drive by itself, but you need to be extremely careful, because sometimes with this autopilot you will hit unexpected objects, like barricades that revenue agents are building. Also be really careful with autopilot when crossing the railroad. And next we have 20 tips for the collector roll. First and the most important tip is use Red Dead Online interactive collectors map. Again, link will be in the description, and with help of it you can see location of all collectible items on the map, plus some additional information that will help you to find these items. You can also generate the route. Anyway, it's just a must-have tool for a collector roll. When you have a daily challenge to loot 3 collectible items from the enemies, you can simply go kill some alligators, skin them, and since alligator tooth counts as a collectible item and alligators count as enemies, you will complete this daily challenge really fast. Some collectible flowers can be found only during specific time of the day. For example, blood flower only spawns at night from 10 PM to 5 AM. And if you don't want to wait, you can go to some specific missions that take place only during the night time. For example, the Railroad Blood Money Contract Part 1. Here ambush happens always at the night time and time stops. Or second part of Infamous Bounty Hunters missions chain in Saint Denis. This one is even better because you will be really close to blood flower spawn locations. Sell full collections to Madame Nazar. This way you will receive much more money and experience. When you have full collections, you can sell them not only directly to Madame Nazar, but also with help of the post office. You have to go there, choose send mail, and sell collections from here. Price will be exactly the same, but I still suggest you to visit Madame Nazar sometimes and sell her collectible items one by one. It's because you can carry only 10 of the same collectible item, and in this situation, if you will find another such item, you will not receive another collectible item, how many players think. You will receive nothing. So when you have a lot of collectible items but not the full collections, go and sell some extra items to Madame Nazar to make some room. Buy shovel and metal detector from Madame Nazar as soon as possible. It will allow you to find much more items and receive more experience. And speaking about experience, when you go in for a collector run, equip ability cards that you want to level up. You will not be fighting, so you don't need any ability cards, but each time when you will be picking up collectible item, you will receive some good amount of experience, and this experience will count for leveling up ability cards. And obviously don't don't forget to equip ability cards that you want to level up before selling full collections. By the way, if you won't buy collector's roll during the cutscene when you see Madame Nazar for the first time, don't worry, at any point you can go back to her and buy collector's bag. It's basically the collector's roll. And yes, you should see her location on the map, but if you don't, just use interactive collector's map. Turn on defensive mode when you go in for a collector run. You can find it in the left menu online options. This way it will be much harder for griefers, especially low-level griefers, to interrupt you. When you will get invited, join collector's event Salvage. This way you will not only earn money, gold and experience, but also will find some collectible items that you can keep. When you're doing some other mission or simply traveling in a free roam, turn on Eagle Eye time to time. This way you will find some additional collectible items. And also it's a good idea to have metal detector equipped when you're riding. By the way, even if you play on PC, I suggest you to use controller for grinding collectible roll. It will be so much easier to find collectibles with controller, but you need to go to controller settings and check just in case if vibration is on. Focus on guaranteed sets. Some collectible items will always be found where they should be, like tarot cards or family heirlooms, but other collections are random. For example, you will find a coin here, but it could be any coin, and some items have only 2% chance to spawn. And since you will make the most of money from selling full sets, it makes sense to focus on guaranteed collections. By the way, a lot of players asking about this, and yes, every real-life day collectible items reset and you can collect them again. If you don't need money right now, maybe keep collections and wait until there will be double payout. This collector roll month happens like twice a year, and then you will sell them and receive twice more money and experience. After reaching level 5 in a collector roll, purchase collector saddle bag for your saddle. It's the only saddle bag that allows you to save 7 outfits on your horse. Watch for this random encounter. Sometimes you will see a wounded animal, so wait until it will die or maybe kill it, and you will find a collectible arrow in its body. Before starting your collectible run, think about how much time today you have to play. If you have only 1 hour of a free time, focus on 2 guaranteed tarot card sets, swords and pentacles, because they pay the most. If you have 2 hours, add other guaranteed tarot card sets and maybe family heirlooms. And if you have more free time, add other items. And the last tip, to grind collector roll the most effectively, combine it with other activities in the game. For example, when you already completed blood money contract or infamous bounty mission, instead of just waiting to receive a higher payout, go and collect some items nearby. And obviously it's a great idea to combine collector with a Moonshiner and trader rolls. This way you will earn a lot of money. And if you want to know about what you should spend this money on in Red Dead Online, I suggest you to go and watch the video that you can see on your screen now. It's about all 50 must-have purchases in this game. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay safe, stay healthy, goodbye.